This is Alabama Linda, otherwise known as Candy Crush Linda. And since I only back winners, I listen to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Wait, how many times has he been fired? Anyway, here he is, Eric Zane.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, the daily show. I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. Sorry I'm so late. Somebody's ass was dragging. I think it's mine. But welcome. Hope you got a good weekend. This show happens each and every weekday from the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio at about the same time. I'm late today, though. I'm late. I am, it happens. I am making preparations, though, today to get, once the podcast is done and posted, to get a quick turnaround. There is potential for like a 10:40 a.m. Patreon bonus podcast start time because I have to be somewhere at an early time. That's like, all right, I got to get after it. So just so you know, I'll give you the warning, just like I always do. But today is my son's birthday. Happy 27. Wait a minute. It's 27? He was born in 1995. 2000. Yeah. Jim is 27 years old today. Happy birthday to my son, my firstborn. I remember the day well. Bear with me if you're hearing this again. Amanda says, Todd Rundgren, tell the story. I've told this story before. And what she's referencing is, like at a key point, one of the times I told this story on BBL, there was this touch screen in front of me. And there's all these little buttons on it. You touch them and each one has a different music bed. And it was a key point of sadness in the story. And a ball of spit or I don't know, something flew out of my mouth. Somehow the screen, one of the buttons got touched. And it was that Todd Rundgren song where he's talking about banging on the drum. And it starts with this crazy, rowdy beginning. Oh, it was a scarf. Is that right? A scarf hit it. I flung it off, and somehow it enabled the button. And so I'm like, and then, the critical care nurse was there, and they told us it's got a 50% chance of survival. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on my drum all day. I don't want to play. Just want to bang on my drum all day. I'm like, oh my God, what the fuck? This is terrible. Everybody's laughing their asses. That was incredible. But it's important to note that on this date, 27 years ago, I don't remember what I was doing. But I was in the living room of this little 998 square foot house in Midland, Michigan, our first home. And it's just Diana and I, and she's got her Karen haircut, and she's super pregnant. And she's sitting there on the couch, and I'm actually on the floor. I might have been like building a piece of solder woodworking furniture or some shit like that. Who knows? And then she goes, I don't like this. I go, what? She goes, I don't feel any movement. Something feels wrong. Like, what? She says, yeah, something. And I remember just at about that time, I had taken the day off work. I was doing mornings because we were so close. And the song by the band Live, Lightning Crashes, was on. And I remember just before she started telling me that she wasn't feeling that well, I had this weird feeling of dread because that song is about a complication that occurs during childbirth where the mom dies. Lightning crashes and her mother dies. Her placenta falls to the floor. The angel opens her eyes. The confusion certain to the baby down the hall. Oh, my feeling cold by hook or good. And I'm like, wait a minute, this is a fucking terrible song. What the fuck? So I turn off the radio. That's fucked up. I don't want to hear that shit. That is a terrible song. How is it that song became popular in the world? In the world of rock music, where, you got somebody who's singing about getting laid, another guy's getting drunk, another guy's, crazy shit, drinking all night, partying with his buddies, and then you got to go, here you go. Hey, here's one from Live. Lightning Crashes, about when mom dies during childbirth. A real toe tapper for you. Who's the asshole that made that one a hit? Fuck me. So I remember having this feeling of dread that something suspect was going to happen. I diminished the thought, shut it down. 5 minutes later, there's Diana telling me, she's like, I can't feel anything. I can't feel anything. I'm like, oh, fucking shit. Call the nurse's station. And they go, yeah, probably nothing, but let's have you come in. We'll take a look. Midland, Michigan. This little hospital. Mid-Michigan Regional Medical Center. Go there, they put the ultrasound thing on there. And they go, well, yeah, all right, the doctor needs to see this. And so the one who's looking, the nurse, what she can't quite see. She's like, not sure, but she suspects there's no amniotic fluid, which the baby is supposed to be swimming in that shit. And Doc comes in, he goes, there's no amniotic fluid. We have to emergency C-section. Stat, code whatever. Oh, my God. All hell breaks loose. Diana immediately prepped for surgery. So Jim is in there, and the child is in distress because for some reason Diana's body has absorbed all of the amniotic fluid. And then when Jim actually comes out, I'm sitting there by Diana's head. I really didn't want to look. But he, for the longest time, he didn't make a peep. And I noticed that they're working frantically beyond the curtain on Jim, I guess. And then all of a sudden you heard this weak little... It was this lame-ass squeal. What, was that him? And they go, hey. So I guess he had been struggling to breathe. But what was a problem was... a pile of feces shot out of his throat. And they go, oh, no, my God. And he was orange. That's because he took a dump while he was inside of his mother because he was in distress or whatever happens. Or I don't even know how it works. Or something to do with the problem of the amniotic fluid being absorbed. And which is, if you think about it, when it comes to the miracle of life, you would have thought that, there'd be some type of, through evolution and through the miracle of baby Jesus, and that we would have a contingency plan for in case this happened. Some way that, if this happens, that it doesn't wind up the child, the infant, ingesting the material. But Jim had ingested this horrible material into his lungs, and it was just terrible, and it made him really, really sick. So he barely survived the night. I don't want to work. I just want to bang on my room all day. But it was fine. He was in the intensive care unit for 11 days. And I even remember the names of all the lady who was in charge of the nurses. Her name was Lola. I met her in an ICU at the hospital, and her name was Lola. Hello, Lola. She was fantastic nurse practitioner in the neonatal ICU, and then Dr. Zaid El Rawi. He was so awesome. Neonatal cardiologist. Jim had a bad heart, too. For years, we had to go and get ultrasounds yearly on his ticker because he had a hole in his heart and the valve was bad and eventually corrected itself, so he's good to go. So that was it. It was 27 years ago today that he was born. And then 17 years later, he was expecting his own baby boy. Isn't that crazy to think about? 17 years? That's not that much time. Not that much time at all. I met her in a club down in Osu where we drank champagne. Tastes just like cherry cola. She walked up to me and she asked me to dance. All right. I'm in a singing mood apparently today. The show, as I indicated, the Baldwin Ace Hardware Fear Bunker Studio. There might be a bit of a religious theme to the show today, because if you all remember the story of my pal Kevin Matthews, who, for some reason, one day he was urged to go get flowers for his wife, and he went into the flower shop, and he was like, what the hell am I doing here? Okay. Well, anyway, I guess. And then he buys the flowers. And then as he's leaving, he notices that outside of the dumpster at this West Michigan flower shop is this statue of the Virgin Mary in bad shape, beat up, busted. He goes back and he goes, hey, is there any way I don't feel good about Mother Mary being in the garbage here. I think can I have that? They said, yeah, sure. Well, now that led to a number of amazing stories and things in my old pal Kevin Matthews' life. And he details it in a book he wrote called Broken Mary. Broken Mary is still with Kevin to this day. It has a home in one of the area churches. And he's traveled around the world with Broken Mary, and Catholics come for a pilgrimage and pray to Mary and things like that. You know, somebody like, a lot of people who aren't Catholic, you pray to Mary? What is wrong with you? I've had people say, that's a false god. It's like, it doesn't quite work that way, but go ahead. Punch yourself out. So that's part of this story. I was driving around the neighborhood this weekend, and I noticed, I was taking the dogs for a walk, and my neighbor, he passed away in the past year, and the family did an estate sale. All right, so I said, hey, how you doing? Fine. I go, hey, did your dad have a ladder? Yeah. I go, an extension ladder? They go, yes. I go, I need an extension ladder. I'm going to come buy that extension ladder. They said, all right, no problem. Their dog comes out, Arlo. Haven't seen Arlo in forever. He goes up to O'Neill and Bruce. They when you have 4 dogs going up to another dog, the one dog always gets kind of freaked out. So Arlo is getting ready to attack, and oh God! So they get the Arlo. I go for the walk, drop the dogs off. I get in my truck to drive over to my neighbor's house. On the way, stopped at my neighbor Keith's house. His dog Teddy's in the front yard, so I pet Teddy. I stopped to pet his dog. Then I drive 3 houses down. And Adam and what's her name? Begins with an L. Lindsay. Their dog. They got a Frenchie. Cooper. I pet Cooper. I'm like petting all the neighbors' dogs. Then I go over at where the person passed away, and they're having this estate sale. And I go, okay, yeah. How much do you want for the ladder? They go, take it. Just take it. Just as long. My dad would like that you have this. And I go, well, yeah. I mean, this is awesome because I'm a woodworking and a home improvement specialist. Everybody knows that. So yeah, this is great. Are you sure? We don't want any money. Then that's with Leonard's daughter. She's like my age. And then Leonard's granddaughter is also there, Paige, and her husband Adam. I go, here, you take the money. So I give them $50. They go, we're not taking that money. Take the ladder. Get your money out here. Your money's no good here. I go, all right. Remember, I talked to you about Kevin Matthews, Broken Mary. In a garbage can, as I'm walking out with the ladder, I go, and I see something, and I go, how about that? Can I have that too? And I said, well, yeah. And so I grabbed this statue of Mother Mary. Now, she's not broken in any way. She was covered in mud. Okay? Amanda says that's creepy. Well, yeah, I can see that on the camera. It does have a ghost-like appearance to it, but it's the Virgin Mary, for God's sake. I don't think you want to refer to the Virgin Mary as creepy, for God's sake. Fuck. So I took her home, and I washed it all off, and now it's mine. So now I've got the Virgin Mary here, Virgin Connie Swale. Kenny says it may be the second time in history, but I agree with Amanda. It's a little haunting. I think the green type of appearance on camera, well, it is green. She's got a sweet face. I mean, look at it. It's the Mother Mary. She gave birth to baby Jesus. You can't say that the mother of Christ is creepy. I mean, here we are. It's Holy Week, and you jackasses are insulting the Queen of Heaven, for God's sake. Amanda says that thing has to watch you like during this podcast. Amanda says to me, Holy Week has nothing to do with Mary. It's all Jesus, dumbass. Well, she kind of has something to do with it. I mean, I don't know if you know anything about about the story of the Passion of Christ. I mean, the whole, Jesus' mom went to the tomb and the stone was rolled away. I don't know if this is a good. I'm gonna be on Team Mary here on this one, guys. I'm gonna say that it would be a mistake if I went anti Queen of Heaven. Amanda says, I thought Mary Magdalene went to the tomb. You might be right on that. Maybe there was 2 Marys. Maybe it was Mary Magdalene and Mary, the mother of Jesus. Let's check it out. Did Mary, the mother of Jesus, go to Jesus' tomb? Question mark. I don't know. I'm messing this up. Okay, someone has asked, which Marys were at the tomb of Jesus? All four Gospels mention women going to the tomb of Jesus, but only Mark chapter 16, verse 1 mentions the three that the tradition interprets as bearing the name Mary. Mary Magdalene, Mary of Clopas, and Mary Salome. All right, well, maybe I screwed that up. Perhaps she was at home and then she got word later. But I think it doesn't matter. Let's not quibble with the Mary details here. All we need to do is understand that this was in the garbage. And I thought to myself, well, you can't throw away a statue of the Virgin Mary. You can't just say, oh, here you go, garbage time. I mean, I love my neighbors very much. I was like, oh, fuck, I got to get this thing. So I brought her home. I cleaned her up, and now she's mine. There you go. Maybe if I kept her right here looking at you all, this would be, yeah. And then when I talk horribly, I could just plug her ears like this. Yeah, this is probably not a great idea. It probably isn't a good way to kick off Holy Week to put her next to the BBC guy. And then Amanda, who's very active, says, so everybody says Bloody Mary into the mirror and then it can kill him. Aram says, I can't wait to read the book you write about it. Is her spot next to the truck nuts? I don't know where the truck nuts are. I think somebody stole them. All right. Perfect spot right there. Mother Mary is another part of the landscape of this room. Holy Week. It's a great way to kick off Holy Week. Now listen to me. Speaking of which, I made it very clear that this 40-day period of Lent, I would be, first of all, giving up sweets, and second of all, attending Mass after making a thorough confession to Father Colin. I have eaten nothing but sweets and have not been to Mass once. It's an absolute failure. This should be no surprise to any of you. We are counting down the days until Easter. And I have done a horrible job at this. But that does not mean it's too late, okay? That does not mean it is too late for salvation. But I'm just letting you know, full disclosure, that all of those things that I said I was going to do, I haven't done any of them. I have been absolutely devilish.
That's what I'm talking about.
And that has not been good.
That's just the way I planned it. Get you talking a big game. And then you're going to say, oh, yeah, it's going to be a great Lent. I'm going to stop eating sweets. I'm going to go to Mass. And then you know what's going to happen? You're not going to do shit. You're not going to do a damn thing. What do you think of that?
Look, you may have won this one, Devil, but I am going to make it a great Holy Week, okay? I'm not even screwing around here. I am so serious. Jason says, it's not too late. Throw a Hail Mary. There you go. Or there you go. Oh, she's over here. Aram says Zane is just making up his own brand of religion to fit his lifestyle as he goes. That's ridiculous. That is not true at all. I just happen to not be that great at following through on things. Why do you always have to take it to such an extreme to suggest that I'm making up my own brand of religion? That's not true at all. I know what to do. I know how to do this. I just haven't. Just one of those things. What do you want me to say? NFK asshole washing, Rig 625 says, equals stress. Stressed Eric equals fat Eric. I'm not stressed. I'm perfectly fine. What are you talking about? No stress whatsoever. Weird morning today as laying in bed, the birds are chirping. It's a wonderful morning. It's a beautiful morning. 6:20, time to get up. And I hear, it's O'Neill. He has to puke. He's getting ready to puke. And he's at the door of the bedroom. And we open up the door. And what a way to start the morning. That is where the world is telling you it's going to be a challenging day today. You better be ready to process all of this. If the first thing that you see is your dog puking, you run out of bed because you hear him doing the and then you open the door just as he goes bleh. And then he walks into the room and his ears are down. He's like, oh, God, it's terrible. What a horrible day I'm having. And then he does it. It's always two. There's never, ever just one. And then round two, 15 seconds later. I'm like, oh, my God, you poor guy. What the fuck? Holy shit. So he, in fact, he started the second round down. He goes, oh, my God, he's doing it again. I go, don't worry about it. Just let him. We got a carpet cleaner. If you go to grab him when he's puking like that, that's going to be horrible. Schaefer says, did he eat some grass when he was chomping up some turds? I don't know. Perhaps. That's O'Neill's stomach trying to let him know poop doesn't belong in there. I don't think he's eaten poop in a while because it looked like a fairly normal batch of puke. But that was the universe trying to tell me that it's going to be a rough day. And I'm like, hey, no way. Mother Mary is here. Eric, you're going to be fine. Listen to me. I want you to go make a confession. And then I want you. Listen to me, Eric. You're going to go and you're going to make a confession. And then you're going to go to Mass and celebrate Easter. Okay? The vigil. The 3-hour Mass. You're going to do that one. You hear me? Okay. You got to understand that I just put Mary right up to the camera. This is the reason why you need to watch a show on Twitch. Kenny is suggesting make the Mother of God speak with
the devil voice.
There is no way in hell I am going to do that. Forget it. I am not doing that. Holy cow. Yeah, I'm not going to roll the dice on that. First time chat. I always like to acknowledge first time chats. Hastings_Tom. Batch of puke. LOL. He says, welcome, Tom. Glad you're here. What the fuck was I going to talk about? Okay, so that was O'Neill. Clean that up. No big deal. I'm in a great mood. Yesterday was busy as F. And really, no other way I would have it. Okay, so the first part of the day, actually, I'll get to that in a second. As the day wore on, I was making a trip over to the store. I had to get some things to make this soup I wanted to make. You're like, well, you're making soup? Yeah. Well, you ever see one of those products called a Vitamix? It's like a blender, and the motor of the blender is like a jet engine. I'm not even kidding you. And what you do is you throw a bunch of ingredients in it, and then you turn it on, and the motor gets so hot that it makes whatever you're making hot. So there's this recipe. It's ridiculously easy for soup. If you like broccoli cheddar soup, okay. So what you do is you take a cup of milk, put it in this blender, and then you put a quarter cup of white kidney beans or white beans. Then you add a cup of sharp cheddar cheese, a 1.5 cups cooked broccoli, either frozen or fresh. Just heat it up in a pot, boiling water. Put it in there. A teaspoon of minced onions, and a chicken bouillon cube. Now, if you just turn this thing on, it's gonna go and go flying everywhere. So you have to ease into it. So you turn it on low on 1, and then you slowly turn it up to 10, and then you put it on high when it's all there, and then you walk away from it for 5 minutes. You go back, and it's hot soup. And there's steam rolling off the top of this little vent at the top of the blender lid, and it's ridiculous. It is so good. My God, what an invention. I would love to interview the person who invented this jet engine blender called the Vitamix. Wow. And this thing is incredible. So anyway, long story short, I'm going to the store to buy those ingredients. Now, all I want to do is go to Meijer, get the stuff, come home, make my soup for lunch, and then get ready because we're having family dinner. Going to have like a chicken barbecue. It's going to be awesome. And it was. On the way there, I'm talking to my brother, Push-Up Paul. Phone rings, and it's Jackie. I hit the thing. Can I call you later? You know, it sends her the message. And then she texts back, no, I need you now. I'm like, oh, fuck. So I go to Paul. I go, hey, I'm going to call you back. She picks up. I go, this better be an emergency. Now, I think I need to clarify that. Okay? I think we need to make it so dead or injured. Someone's dead or someone's badly hurt. Does that sound fair? Now, this worked out. I shouldn't say that because there was a problem, but no one dead or injured or anything like that. So I call her up and I go, this better be important, Jackie, because I was just talking to my brother. She says, it is. Justin's car broke down. He's stranded, and I'm at a workout. She's doing like punch aerobics or whatever the hell it is. I go, okay. She says, yeah, so he's over by the ballpark. His car broke down. Yeah, all right, I'll do that. Hang up. But skip my Meijer trip for now. Drive, way out of the way. And I call him. I go, hey, what happened? Yeah, it just said it was overheating. And then so I pulled it into here at this gas station, and then I turned it off, and then I turned it back on, tried to start again. It won't start. It won't do anything. I go, oh, okay. All right, buddy. I'll see you in a minute. Get there. And he goes, I looked in, because, the reservoir where the coolant goes. He goes, I went in there and bought some coolant because the reservoir, it was empty. There's no radiator. There's no coolant in the car. I go, okay, well, yeah, that definitely going to cause your car to overheat if you don't have any coolant in it. But who knows? So then he goes, I filled up the reservoir with the coolant, and then now it's empty, so it's leaking. I look under the car. There's no puddle. I go, it's not leaking. How do you know? I'm like, how can you possibly ask me, how do I know? Well, what happens if it's going to leak? What's it going to do? Where's it going to go? It's not leaking. I go, I'm guessing that when you put it into the reservoir, did you turn on the ignition? He goes, well, I didn't start it. I go, well, the water pump probably did its job and put all of what you put into the reservoir into the radiator. Introduced it to your heating and cooling system. I don't know for sure, but I would guess. I mean, right? I go, fill it back up. Fills it back up. And he goes, I said, you haven't tried starting the motor? He goes, no, it won't start. I go, have you tried? He goes, no. I go, well, now I don't know for sure, but I would guess that the way, modern cars are, if it tells you that it's overheating and then you pull over and shut it off, that I'm guessing that the computer is going to keep it from it's going to prevent you from starting it up again because it's going to warp the fucking head gasket and then you're dead. So as a safety mechanism, it's probably not going to let you start it until it's cool. Now, you filled it up with radiator fluid.
Yeah.
I said, I bet you it'll start. Starts right up.
Oh.
I go, don't feel bad. I don't know anything about cars, but I do know that you got to get this car home. We don't know what the hell's wrong with it. I go, I'll follow you home.
Okay.
Now, I don't know what it is with young people, but most don't have any idea about the fluid systems in their cars. I look no further than Madison and Jacqueline, who's they each have said, Dad, there's a bunch of lights on the dash. And then I went and looked, and I had to put a jug of oil in, and not like a small jug, like a big-ass Amsoil fucking thing, like this size amount of oil, like more than a gallon of oil in. And I'm like, what the fuck? I blame me. You actually have to, if it wasn't, I kind of blame me because if you were to take a young person and say, I think I actually have tried to impress upon them the importance of checking the oil, but I don't think that it registers because whenever they get into the weeds, I help them. They're like, well, I know you taught me, but Dad's going to do it. I think that's what that is. So what is that called? Enabling? So I guess you're supposed to let the car explode and then make them pay for it. But I don't have, that's not really in my makeup. I would struggle with that, But so there you go. And Justin, he claims that he knows how to check that, and he's all about that. And I don't know if it's true. I don't know if I believe him yet. But it also has a check engine light that is going off. And I said to him, I go, okay. And I go, now this is what I suggest you do. I go, you're an adult. You make your own decisions. But I suggest you take it over to Irvine's. You can take it over right now. And, but you make your own decisions. So I try to impress upon them. Take the car to Irvine's. There you go. That's like an early bird commercial for you. All right. Also this weekend, my God, I said to you, the basement, the paint is going to be flying. And as of right now, none of it has. Not a single, I haven't even opened up a paint canister. Not even a sniff. But but I worked down there. I'll bet you I put in 3 hours. Yesterday, I was down there, and I'll tell you what I did in a second. And then I discovered a box of photo albums that my mother gave me, and I forgot all about them. So I'm looking at pictures from the 1950s and 60s of my family, and I'm like, oh, my God, this is incredible. What a treasure this is. And so I got lost in that. I basically was just sitting on the floor of the basement when I should be working, looking at these old photo albums. It was awesome. It was incredible. But prior to that, there's like all sorts of other preparatory work that has to be done. And there was some taping. And then I realized that when I thought I was done taping, I'm not even close to being done taping. I have plenty more to tape. I think maybe another 2 years of work is in store for this thing. But I did work. I actually ripped out this old shelving unit that was built into the wall. And I have to take drywall and like screw it onto studs. I have to get my own, like a fresh sheet of drywall from like Lowe's and bring it home and measure, cut it and then all that shit. So I'm stoked about that. Okay. That is going to happen. And I started to throw out shit. There's a bunch of junk that I had down there that is now getting thrown out. And then I realized there's no way in hell I'm going to even open up a paint canister. But when I do, you need to know that my buddy Nick V, who is Arena Nick, and he visited me on Saturday. Now, I had several people who reached out to me and said that they would help me with the electrical problem in my kitchen. And I thank you. But Nick is the one that I chose, who I said, yeah, why don't you come over here? Okay. Now, it turns out that what Nick did, I could very easily have done this job. I swear to God, I could have. I could have done this job. But I was like, come on over. Come on over, Nick. And this is key because Nick, on Friday, he took his examination for master electrician. And I guess you need like a 70 to pass. He got an 88. So, the dude's a wizard. So the first bit of electrician work that he did as a now master electrician was to change a switch, like on-off switch. He went and he took a look at it. And then he takes the screws off the thing and the plate comes off and he pulls it out. And for some reason, the actual switch was busted. So this is an easy fix. This is an idiot like me could do that. But I enjoy it. But the good thing is he brought with him this fucking paint roller where it's, like if you're using a normal paint roller, sometimes it's not really even because of the pressure that's put on the roller because of the angle of the actual roller frame, I guess. This one, first of all, it's like this long. The roller has to be this long. It's a massive deal. And it's got arms that hold on to each side of it. So it's the right amount of pressure, and it goes all the way up to the ceiling, and you get a room done like you wouldn't believe after you do all your cut-ins. He goes, man, this thing is awesome. And he let me borrow this massive paint pan that you use for it. And I'm like, fuck yes. So I'm like, I didn't even know they made this type of thing. He goes, this is a game changer. You will never paint without one of these ever again. Okay. And so I'll use that, and then I'll probably give it back to him in like 15 or 20 years like I always do. And then, side note, I still have Rick's from TC Paintball's, what do you call it? Cornhole bags. He let me borrow the boards, and then I gave them back to him and never gave him the bags. What an asshole. It was like a year ago. Jesus. So thank you to Nick. So basement work, Nick the electrician, we're good to go. Just happening. And I thank you for being part of this show. I had a number of people that signed up on Twitch to follow me, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. If you do that, if you're listening to the podcast later on, the audio podcast, please make your way over to Twitch, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, and click follow. Even if you never watched the damn thing, it's going to give you notifications that, hey, Eric Zane just went live, 8 a.m.-ish, Monday through Friday, and then you can check it out live if you want. It's up to you. Or you can listen to the audio podcast wherever you download podcasts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. While you're at Twitch, if you subscribe for free with your Amazon Prime account, there's a big red button there. It says Twitch Prime. Sign up free, Twitch Prime. Do that, because then if you are watching it, you are not interrupted with any ads that Amazon throws in there, because Twitch is owned by Amazon and they make tons of money off this shit. So if you sign up with your Amazon Prime account, it is free. You just have to link your account. It's quite easy to do. After you sign up, you go in the upper right-hand corner, you click it. Sometimes people say, I can't do it. I was like, well, you just got to read and click. Don't panic. You'll figure it out. Anybody can do this. Thank you very much for doing that on Twitch. Or if you don't have Amazon Prime, you can avoid all of the commercials that they drop in during the show at random by throwing $5 at it, and that's totally up to you. Otherwise, just watch it free and live with the ads. Also, I'm on Facebook, facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page, both Twitch and Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's. Please follow me on all my social media. Twitter, @Eric Zane Show, brought to you by Blue Frost IT. And then the almighty YouTube, brought to you by My Policy Shop Insurance. Frank the Tank Fuss, Eric Zane Show on YouTube. A new episode of Who Are These Podcasts published yesterday. You can download it wherever you download podcasts. Just search Who Are These Podcasts. We reviewed Blocked Party, which is a shitty show. And a number of fun things went on there. I think the diamond in the rough stealing the show was Carl's review of the 9-minute podcast with Patrick Michael. God, that guy is something else. It's hard to explain. You just, if you don't know who Patrick Michael is, there's a learning curve. But Patrick Michael is a young man who does quite literally like 20 or 30 different podcasts, and every single one of them is terrible. But terrible, almost like, is he punking us? Does he know they're terrible and we're the ones that are being duped? I don't know. You'll have to decide for yourself. Who are these podcasts? Thank you for having me on the show. All right. Believe it or not, I already have to go tinkle, and we are I started 5 minutes late, so 48 minutes into the show. I am going to come back, and I have a treat for you. Oh, boy. I have a treat for you, and it centers around Saturday's West Michigan Ironmen football game that I was the color commentator for again. And I have show and tell. It's going to be sweet. Holy crap. So there you go. That will happen in just a moment. But hang tight. I will be back in just a bit, okay? Coffee. All right. Excuse me. All right. So, hold on a second here. I'm an idiot. Check, test. Hello. All right. Where was I over the weekend? It was the West Michigan Ironmen football game. Now, the games happen in Muskegon at Mercy Health Arena. And we had a pretty good crowd there. That facility is really nice. They have upgraded it like you wouldn't believe. And it's a nice social environment. Great family fun for the family. I wholly support you going over there to check out a West Michigan Ironmen football game. So, okay, like you can see here. You see that sign there? It says Zaniacs. That's like our little section there. And the team in the white and the maroon, those are the Iron Men. The team in the dark jerseys, that's the Charlotte Thunder, I believe. Okay. So now, just a little bit of background. I am the color commentator for the broadcast that is online. And actually, there's a pretty fair amount of people that watch these games live. I see here is like 874 views, which is like 10 times the amount of what I get on anything on YouTube. So I'm not I'm not talking any shit, but it is really, really nice, and I enjoy doing the games. Now, me as a color commentator, I don't know shit about shit. All right, and so I'm just kind of there to make comments on what I see. What I pick up during the game is, adds to it, but everybody has kind of low expectations, but they don't care. The team says just go there and have fun, crack jokes, be an idiot, and, have a great time. The guy who is the play-by-play guy, he's a former assistant coach at Western Michigan University. His name is Mike. That's all I know. And I call him Coach. All right? Now, I want to focus on this clip right here because it gives you an idea of the ridiculous nature of the play-by-play and the color commentator. Because in this particular clip, the quarterback here, his name is Alex Carter. He's going to throw the ball to this dude up here, and the dude's going to go fly it into the stands, and this lady right here is going to catch the football. And you get to keep the football if you catch it. So that's one of the things. So this is how that went.
7-yard line. Carter takes a snap, looking downfield, lofts it down in the corner, in the hands and out.
Wow.
In the back corner.
We got Sterling Alexander in the stands, and a lady from Montague, she caught the ball, and she says, "That's mine." Look at her. And the husband's trying to get it. Watch this. It's a great catch. See, she's got the ball.
He's not going to win that one.
No. Oh, yeah, she wanted to take the guy home.
Montague people do that tip drill all the time.
Oh, yeah. You hear about those Montague women. They're all about catching footballs.
Oh, they are.
I wanted to say balls there, but I ripcorded.
They do the fumble drill every morning before they go to work.
Big time.
Okay, so
third down goal.
You get an idea what the hell's going on here.
Throws to the right, knocked down over there.
Okay, so that's us doing our thing. It's, silly. So now this game is remarkable because there's a couple things that I need to focus on here. At this point in the game, you can see the Iron Men are up by 2 points with 1:57 to go. The quarterback, Alex Carter, he also kicks. Now watch this. Watch what happens here.
I got a feeling.
Lining up the kick.
Players are having fun. Players are dancing.
There we go.
Watch this. Okay.
Well, that was weird. I didn't know you could do that.
This little dude in the yellow gloves. The ball is kicked to him, okay, for the other team. He gets it in his end zone, puts it in his hands, and then throws it over the side. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? That can't be right. It doesn't seem. I mean, I think that if you get the ball, you gotta bring it out. You can't throw it over the side. So everybody right away is saying that's a safety. That's 2 points.
You can't.
I was gonna say.
So all the players are
safety.
All the players are making the sign that it's 2 points for the Ironman. And so what the fuck was this asshole doing? He just got the ball and threw it over the side.
They're calling a safety. You can't grab the ball and throw
And
it.
here comes Nate.
This is our coach. This big dude right here. He's like, hey, motherfucker, you better give us 2 points.
Nate,
I don't know what that was.
they're telling Nate, get out of here.
Coach
Everybody said
Nate
2
Smith,
points.
Did you see how fast he moved?
So now they're like, yeah, come on. Yeah, there you go.
Safety.
2 points. 2 points. All right.
Wow.
Okay. Now, let's fast forward to this. Not that much time has passed. We're down to 16 seconds. Somehow, Charlotte is within striking distance. They're down by 4 points, and they have to get a touchdown, okay, to win the game. And these 2 plays happen. Check this out.
All right, now the guy who threw the ball out with the yellow gloves for Charlotte on that safety, he's in the game. So he's like, I don't want to be the GOAT, so give me the ball.
So the guy who threw it over the side, the idiot, that's what I'm saying. He's got these bright yellow gloves. You can't miss it.
Little buddy number 2.
Jamal Abbey back there.
Okay, here's little buddy right here. He's going to factor into not this play, but the next one.
Playing the number 2 receiver.
This is all going to happen very fast. It's going to be 2 plays happen in the last 16 seconds. Watch this.
The defensive backs here. Works at Kalamazoo Central, coaching football. And here they come.
There goes little buddy.
Low and batter deep. Pressure on it.
Oh!
And he's wrapped up.
Did you see that sack? He threw the guy down by his fucking neck.
Oh!
That was awesome.
Wow.
And he is down.
Clay Oliver. He tackled him by his neck.
And the clock is running.
Okay, so now they gotta get this one play. Now remember, little buddy, yellow gloves. Ironman up by 4.
And they're trying to get it stopped. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, now the fucking on the graphic it says 10 seconds, but it's not. The clock is ticking down. They need to get the play off. And just as the ball is snapped, the time expires. So the play is live.
He tackled him by his neck.
And the clock is running.
Oh!
And they're trying to get it stopped. 4, 3,
Quarterback
2, 1.
gets the ball.
And
It's live. Look at. Oh no! Yellow gloves.
we got a stop.
Wow!
Okay.
Do you believe in miracles?
That was a
Do
live
you believe in miracles?
ball. That was live.
Oh, yes.
Wow!
All right, it's no secret on this show that I am very finicky about the podcast that I listen to. I can count on one hand how many times I've listened to an entire episode of a podcast. Enter the Jordan Harbinger Show. You will binge Jordan Harbinger. See what I did there? Jordan Harbinger. JordanHarbinger show. You can also get more information at jordanharbinger.com. Wow, he touches on just about everything. Serious, insightful, interview, points of view, current events, mental health, becoming your best self. I know that sounds way woke, but it's true. I mean, who wouldn't want to be their best? Okay? The one that stood out to me right away, or two, I should say, were episodes 634 and 635. Joe Barone. Barone, mob guy, was a mob guy, and then realized, hey, I'm going to get killed. I need to turn. That's right. He became a rat, working with the feds and the mob at the same time. Holy crap. Can you imagine?
The insight that Barone provides to Jordan about living that way is incredible. That's where I started. And now I've worked my way through several more of the episodes, and you must listen to the Jordan Harbinger Show. Again, JordanHarbinger.com. That's JordanHarbinger. JordanHarbinger.com, or download his show wherever you download podcasts. All right. A word about Vincero Collective. You know, you take a pair of sunglasses for granted or a watch, but when you hold something that's real quality, made to last, made to look great for a long, long time, you notice. Vincero Collective, a premium lifestyle brand carrying watches, sunglasses, and much more. That's what it's all about. Perfect for men or women of any style. Eye-catching modern designs to go with anything that you're wearing. I want you to go to VinceroCollective.com/Zane. You'll save 15% and get free shipping for listeners of my show. Use the code Zane and you'll be good to go. VinceroCollective.com/Zane. Now the watches. Stainless steel, durable silicone, and Italian marble straps, surgical grade stainless steel casing with Italian marble inlay. See what I mean? Made to last. Traditional automatic and Japanese quartz movements. That all means something fantastic in the timepiece industry. The sunglasses. You're like, wait a minute. Sunglasses aren't supposed to have so much heft to them. High quality sunglasses. All lens polarized. The frames are handcrafted. And I want you to go check out the selection of watches and sunglasses at VinceroCollective.com/Zane. Again, you'll save 15% and you'll get free shipping when you use the code Zane. How about this? Vincero has a 5-year guarantee and a 365-day free return policy for their products. But don't just take this knucklehead's word for it. Go check out the Google reviews. All right? Over 30,000 5-star reviews on these guys at Vincero Collective. They've been featured in Forbes, Business Insider, and Newsweek, just to name a few. Vincero Collective offers you a shopping experience you can trust. One more time to save 15% with free shipping for my listeners with code Zane. Support my show and go to VinceroCollective.com/Zane. And so that was it. That's how it ended. That little fucker caught the ball in traffic and almost scored. Holy shit.
And
unbelievable. Had he not stumbled, he'd have scored. I'm telling you, man, those games are fucking fun. Oh, shit. Man, we had a great time. That snap was terrible. They were terrible all game. They were having trouble with that the whole damn game. So much fun. Man. So, I'll actually, there's a game coming up this weekend. I've got a lot of stuff to give away. I know for sure that if you are on social media, following me on social media, I'll be giving away 5 pair of tickets to Berlin Raceway for the opener. And that comes up next weekend. How big is that field? That is a 50-yard field. Well, 60. I think it's 50 and then 5 yards worth of end zone, or maybe 10 yards worth of end zone. 50-yard field. That is a typical arena football field. Great time, though. I'll also have, so I'll have those tickets to give away actually for Berlin Raceway the whole season. The whole racing season, I will have 5 pair of tickets to give away each and every week. Okay. Boy, Patreon. That's where I will be as soon as this podcast is done, and I want to see you over there. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. That's how I keep the lights on. Thank you so much. This podcast every day is free, but I do a second one if you want to help support me and my family. So you throw $5 or $10 at it.
$5 is all the audio and the new audio and the audio archive. $10 a month is that, plus the video and the video live streams. Video archive and video live streams. $5 or $10 a month. If you really want to help all the show grow, that's all you do. Sign up on Patreon, and there you go. Keeps the vet bills in check. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Tag Accounting. We are a week away from the tax deadline. Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. No matter where you are in the U.S., reach out to Tag Accounting. They can help you. 616-301-9516. I guarantee you'll pay less to have Troy do your taxes, the tax hobbit, than anybody else. And then all the stress is gone. You just give them all your stuff. You upload it via the online portal, and you're done. Tag Accounting, 616-301-9516. Bosco's Pub. We're going to meet there April 30th. That is a Saturday, 2 p.m. at Bosco's Pub. Can't wait to hang out with my friends over at Bosco's Pub. And if you want to have lunch or dinner over there at Bosco's Pub in Hudsonville, Michigan, that's what you do. You drop by Bosco's Pub, part of Terra Square, Terra, Terra Square in Hudsonville, Michigan. Go for the burgers. Drinks are stiff, so are the wieners. Cold beer for lunch or dinner. Bosco's Pub. On Monday and Tuesday, they're only open for dinner to close. From dinner to close. Wednesday through Saturday, they're open up for lunch. They open up for lunch. Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. If you're in the market for a Medicare policy in your future, getting ready to turn 65, or you know somebody who already is 65, you should reach out to Frank. Frank can save you money and make sure that you're getting the most that you are being afforded by the government with the Medicare program. He is a Medicare Advantage Plan expert, all right? The absolute best, and he can help you with all of that. Frank the Tank Fuss. Kyle says, I took the family to Bosco's on Saturday. They loved it and want to go back. Of course. Thank you so much. So there you go. Frank Fuss, My Policy Shop Insurance. Reach out to Frank at 616-914-4070. Make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted when it comes to your Medicare policy, because if you did this on your own, you might have messed this up, and you might not be taking advantage of everything that is being afforded to you. And what Frank does is free, okay? Absolutely 100% free. He just wants to make sure that you are getting the most that's being afforded to you. If you sign up with Frank Fuss, he makes his money from the insurance companies. It has nothing to do with earning money, getting money from you. So his services are free, his expertise. So that is awesome. Thank you to Frank the Tank Fuss. All right. There's a video that I want to share with you. And it comes to us from the Detroit Tigers home opener. They opened up the baseball season just the other day, Friday. And as soon as I saw this, I was like, oh, boy, this is probably not going to work out. I love Jack White. But when it comes to the national anthem, I'm pretty traditional. I just want whoever it is to sing it. I just want it done the way the song was supposed to be sung. I don't like massive interpretations of it. I don't like people taking liberties with the song. I'm very traditional, and that's pretty much it. Jack White is with his band performing the national anthem at the Tigers game. As soon as I saw it, I said, this is not going to go well.
Lifelong Detroit Tiger fan, musician, artist, and Southwest Detroit native, Jack White.
Fuck me. What the fuck? Someone right away said SpongeBob. That's what it sounds like. You asshole. As a rule, I hate guitar with the anthem. I hate it. I've heard people say, "Oh yeah, but you know, if you Jack White, that was bad. But if you want a guitar version of the anthem, it's got to be Jimi Hendrix." Bullshit. Oh, that's the absolute worst. I would take Roseanne singing it than I would Jimi Hendrix. Okay, look, you see, there it is. Nick says Ted Nugent does the best version. Oh my God, it's fucking horrible. Nugent. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, that's what I want to hear. A screaming guitar with the national anthem. Fuck that. Main Chris 87 says rockabilly scum. Oh. No. Oh. It gets worse. It gets worse. He stepped on the pedal now, and it sounds like this. Look at the drummer. These assholes. Look at all these people. Look at this guy. This guy looks like he just shit his pants. She's laughing because it sucks so bad. This guy can't believe what he's seen. So bad. Fuck you, Jack. Oh, no. Oh, so bad. This is so bad, I wish he was out running with Dwayne Haskins. And then to make it even worse, the fucking A-10s are late. So terrible. Not a fan. Not a fan at all. Nick says Dwayne Haskins was run over by Big Ben fleeing a rape scene. More on that in a second, too. No, I do not appreciate that. I do not appreciate that at all. Just sing the fucking song. I can't imagine him if he did sing it. I thought, in fact, when he walked up, I was like, "Oh, is he actually going to sing it?" I was like, "Oh, of course not, idiot." Terrible. Okay. Dwayne Haskins, a football player, the one I just joked about that I wanted Jack White to be with. Boy, this is weird. When the story broke, this is a guy, he's only 24, 25 years old, and he was a standout at Ohio State. And terrific player at Ohio State. Great quarterback. First-round draft pick. And then he was killed over the weekend. And when it talked about it, it said Dwayne Haskins was in Miami training with teammates at training facility or whatever. And I thought to myself, were they all together? Was all this teammates together and they're running across the street in a dump truck? Because he got hit by a dump truck. Dead on the scene. And so the way the story was reported was like Dwayne Haskins was in Miami training with his teammates when the accident occurred. And I was like, huh? But no, that's not it. It's just written weird. If they would have written Dwayne Haskins happened to be in Miami at the time for a training session. Apart from that, he was walking along the interstate. Now, we're talking about a massive stretch of road. 4 lanes going east, 4 lanes going west. Someone called 911 when Haskins was walking down that road. Someone saw him. This is at 6:30, 6:40 in the morning. So I don't know how much daylight you have at that point. And apparently he tried to cross that road like he's playing Frogger or something like that. And someone called in 911 and said, yeah, there's a guy and he's dressed in all black and he's going to get hit. That's all we know. Guy was crossing the street and then crossing the freeway and didn't make it, I guess. Holy shit. There was only one time that I've had to cross a freeway. And it was, I'll get back to the Haskins thing in a second, but I know how quickly those cars move on you because you know they're traveling 70, 80 miles an hour. The closing distance is so fast. And I remember I was coming home from my bachelor party just before Diana and I got married, like a day before. I actually had my bachelor party the day before. And we went golfing, and all the guys gave me I had a pocket full of cash, like 50s, 20s, 100s in my pocket. It looked like I was holding a softball in my pocket. And I was driving home. I had this old Chevy Chevette, and it overheated like Justin's car, so I pulled it over on the interstate. And I put my keys in the pocket that had all the money in it. Shortly thereafter, while I'm on the side of the road, I took my keys out and a 20 came rolling out of my pocket. And the wind from the road caught it, and the 20 took off. And it actually blew across the road, the interstate, to the concrete barrier on the opposite side. And I am fucked up. I am drunk. I used to drive drunk all the time. I was such an asshole. And so I'm like, oh. And I run across the interstate. I look, okay, this looks good. So I'm running as fast as I can. And people, just to get, I thought it was a $100 bill. And I get all the way over there. It wasn't even a 20, it was a 5. So I actually made it across. I'm like, oh shit, I got this fucking $5 bill in my hand. I got to make it back. Oh, it was terrible. So I got an idea. I have an idea of how quickly cars close on you when you're trying to cross a freeway. It is fucking tough. And if by some chance one was blocked, or if you didn't see it, then you're fucked. You're stuck in this. There's nothing you can do. So Haskins, and that's all we know. The guy got greased while he was crossing the road. There's a lot of why was he out there? And no one knows this right now. No one has any idea. This is all of that is available. He's dead. He was crossing the interstate very early in the morning, and that's it. But when there's so few details, it's remarkable to me how easy it is for the world to fuck everything up. As we bring in ESPN's Adam Schefter. Now, this guy has been around the block, okay? He is the guy to break news, and he has been doing this forever. And I don't know what there's 2 examples I have for you of fucked up shit about the death of Dwayne Haskins. Adam Schefter broke the news of Haskins' Saturday morning death. He did that with a tweet at 10:58 a.m. on Saturday. However, the initial tweet was problematic. Now, if someone dies, you probably don't want to do it like this. You pretty much just want to say, Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins was tragically killed in a car versus pedestrian incident in Florida. Haskins would have turned 25 years old in May. That's about it. He wrote, Dwayne Haskins, a standout at Ohio State, before struggling to catch on with Washington and Pittsburgh in the NFL, died this morning when he got hit by a car in South Florida. Per his agent, Cedric Saunders, Haskins would have turned 25 years old on May 3rd. You probably don't want to say that he's shitty, which is what he did. He said, Dwayne Haskins, oh, yeah, he was great at Ohio State, but he sucked shit in the NFL. Yeah, he's dead. You can't. What a blunder. You don't want to talk about how hard of a time that they've had. If I died, it probably wouldn't be great if it said Eric Zane, a former popular radio host who had been struggling doing a podcast from his attic, known for being fired all the time, is dead. People would be pissed. Well, no, actually, people probably wouldn't care. But anyway, you get my point. And just about everybody was had a problem with that. In this day and age, you can't show a lack of empathy. Okay? Many took issue with Schefter's lacking empathy in the tweet about Haskins' death. They questioned why it was necessary to bring up his struggles in the NFL. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Not everybody becomes fucking Tom Brady, Schefter, you asshole. The fuck are you doing? And besides, I mean, so what if he didn't do that great when he played for Washington? He's still playing for an NFL team, and Roethlisberger now is spending his time raping women. So it's pretty much a fight for the number one job between Mason Rudolph, is that his name? And or Mason Randolph, I don't know what the fuck his name is, and Haskins. So what the fuck? Well, not anymore. Schefter quickly realized he had made a mistake. He deleted the tweet 20 minutes after sending it and replaced it with a reworded announcement. He wrote, Dwayne Haskins, a standout at Ohio State before becoming Washington's first-round pick and playing in Pittsburgh, died this morning when he got hit by... He changed it. Lamar Jackson, the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, said, you lame as fuck all around, grown-ass man, and can look in the mirror and smile at yourself. Haskins' former teammate at Ohio State, Cardale Jones, wrote, how about, quote, Dwayne Haskins, son, husband, Buckeye brother, friend, beloved teammate, has passed away. TF, his career ups and downs. Oh, the fuck his career ups and downs have to do with him unfortunately losing his life. Shut the fuck up. My God. Des Bryant said, athletes, for the record, the shit Adam Schefter wrote, that's how a lot of people view us. We ain't shit but entertainment. If you let one treat you with disrespect, the rest will follow. You lame. You lame, Adam Schefter. Give that dude name some respect. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that's true. You should give the English language some respect with your fucking tweets, you idiot. So, but that wasn't all. In fact, this old fuck by the name of Gil Brandt, he took the heat off of Schefter. I don't know who Gil Brandt is.
But I guess he's in the Hall of Fame, in the NFL Hall of Fame. He is a longtime former executive of the Dallas Cowboys. He said some shit, and I think he said it on Sirius XM or something like that. Let's see. All right, let me just go over this. So the guy's dead, okay? He was killed tragically, and there's already been one asshole took a shit on him. You can't even just die. Here's the apology. First of all, I'll work in reverse order. Gil Brandt said, this morning, while learning of Dwayne Haskins' passing, I reacted carelessly and insensitively when I was on a radio interview. I want to apologize to Mr. Haskins' family and anyone who heard my poor choice of words. I truly apologize. My heart goes out to his family at this difficult time. Brandt is 90. By the way, it is Mason Rudolph. Brandt is 90. He was on Sirius XM Saturday morning. He should have just said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 90. That is all. And then everybody would say, oh, of course. Of course. So this is, I'm guessing that when these comments were made, pieces of Dwayne Haskins were still on the road. Closed freeway, investigating, and Brandt says this. On the immediate wake of the news, so they inform Gil Brandt on the show that Dwayne Haskins was killed. He said, without hearing anything about what happened, Dwayne Haskins was someone who, quote, was living to be dead, so to speak. That's the quote. Yeah, well, oh my God, is he? Wow, you know? Well, he was living to be dead, so to speak. And then people are like, what the fuck? They're scratching their heads like, huh? He then expands on that. Brandt said that Haskins ignored the advice of NFL draft evaluators who told him to remain an extra year at Ohio State, allegedly telling him, hey, Dwayne, you don't have the work ethic. So this idiot is going down that road after it's been announced that he was hit by a dump truck while crossing a street in Florida. This asshole's talking like this about this. Quote, it was always something. It was one of those, I'm not offsides, but they keep calling me for offsides, Brandt said. It's a tragic thing. Anytime somebody dies, it's tragic, especially when you're 24 years old. You got your whole life ahead of you. Maybe if he'd have stayed in school an extra year, he wouldn't do silly things. What the fuck? Wow. This asshole is in the Hall of Fame because he was a pioneering scout under then general manager Tex Schramm for upwards of 3 decades with the Cowboys. He finished his remarks by questioning why Haskins was on that highway in the first place. Fucking A. Mina Kimes from ESPN asked, how is this even real? Yahoo Sports NFL writer Charles Robinson requested that the audio of Brandt's segment not be shared. No, share it. Get it out there. Let this fuck twist. It is completely inappropriate and wildly hurtful. First of all, why is this asshole in the Hall of Fame in the first place? You know? I mean, seriously. Look at this guy. He's in the Hall. Who gives a fuck about this guy? I already forgot his name. Gil what? Gil Brandt? They should the Hall of Fame should take this guy's bust and just throw it out the front door so it goes bouncing down the steps, you know? Fuck this guy. Holy shit. People are idiots. But if you're Adam Schefter, you're like, oh, thank God. Thank God Gil Brandt did that. Because now I'm off the hook for the time being, I think. I don't know. Who knows? That's still terrible that Schefter did that. My
God. What a couple of jackasses. Man. So that's horrible. I'm curious to find out what he was doing. You know? Why was he out there? And maybe we'll never know. I don't even want to speculate, but that is just fucking rough shit. Scott Scheffler wins the Masters. Okay. Seriously, today on the Today Show, they opened up with the Masters. We'll get to the winner in a second. Let's talk about Tiger Woods. I am not even kidding you. It just goes to show you the star power of Tiger Woods, who he made the cut, okay? So he played well enough to be in the final 2 rounds. And then he didn't perform very well at all. It was described as his worst weekend that he's ever had while playing golf. But so, you have a leg that almost had to be amputated, surgically repaired with rods and screws and plates. His mobility is decreased because of those things. Ice baths to finish each round. Visibly limping, using clubs as a cane. And I think if you're Tiger Woods, that is a great scam. This is what you need to do. You suck shit at golfing now. Everybody knows it, but they love you. Okay? So what you do is you limp, even though you may not be in any pain. He might be perfectly fine. We don't know this. Okay? He may just be using the clubs as canes because he wants people to know that he's very courageous in playing. And then you can use that as an excuse. While you're walking there's going to be a lot of hot chicks who are going to want to nurse you back to health and take care of you. Probably an entire gallery, yours for the choosing. I don't even know how old Tiger Woods is. What is he, 45, 46, 47? And he can pick his pick of the litter of, I'll take that 22-year-old, that Perkins waitress, that 24-year-old, and that 19-year-old to nurse me back to health. I will have an orgy after this round of the tournament. He really isn't even limping. They're probably going to go out dancing. This is all, in my opinion, an attempt by Tiger Woods to get hot chicks. So, and when you're there, I mean, it's so much better than Tinder. You're seeing these women up close and personal, and you just point at them, wink. Next thing you know, you're having sex. So that's incredible by him. I give him nothing but credit for going out there and finding the hottest chicks under the sun that he could possibly get, and all while playing golf and making millions of dollars. I don't even know what you win for finishing in the spot that he finished. I think it was like 50th or something like that. Doesn't matter. I think you get like $1,000. But this young dude, Scott Scheffler, who's like 25 years old, he finishes the final round. He was only one under. But he was 9 under going into the final round. He shoots 10 under. Rory McIlroy, he shoots 8 under for the round. It's a good thing Scheffler had quite a lead because McIlroy was fucking on fire. And he ends up finishing 3 strokes back at 7 under. I don't know. I recognize the name McIlroy, but the only thing anybody cares about is Woods, and so there you go. Though he can't golf like he used to because of the leg that fell off, but I give him credit for getting out there and picking up a series of hot chicks that he was able to bed last night. Okay. Congrats to what's his name? Scottie Scheffler, the new Masters champion. All right. TC Paintball. Reminder, we've got Ladies League or Ladies Night Thursdays. You got Kids Day on Wednesdays, the Little League. They got you covered. TCPaintballGR.com. You can drop in during the week Saturday. You're probably going to want to make a reservation because they are packed. And with the warm weather right around the corner, my God, I wonder, we will be outdoors before you know it, if they aren't already. Today, it's going to be a pretty fantastic day, I think, for at least part of it. It'll definitely be warm around here in West Michigan. But we're looking at 54 right now. My God. So that is awesome. And, we're going to get the usual handful of rain, pockets of rain. I get it. I know that that's going to happen. God, fucking Wood TV. Too many damn ads here. All I want is the 8-day forecast. How hard is it? Maybe some rain today, tomorrow, maybe Wednesday, but temps in the mid-60s. Saturday, a high of 47, so I don't know about that. Maybe it'll be outside. That might be a rough one because there's a chance of rain, too. But anyway, getting back to it, you got a fully stocked pro shop there at TC Paintball, online at tcpaintballgr.com. Bennett Flooring Installation, 616-318-0167. Be announcing the recipient for the Great Flooring Giveaway this week. I think we'll do that on Friday. We will announce the recipient for the Great Flooring Giveaway. I have been inundated with people who have sent along, I don't even want to say requests, basically describing why it would work. I've had people who have been nominated, people who've nominated themselves. It's all good. I appreciate it. You all deserve it. Okay, you really all do. That the hard part is, and I feel bad, because of all those nominations, there can be only one. So there's that. But anyway, thank you so much to Bennett Flooring Installation for offering that. 616-318-0167. If you need an estimate for flooring in your home, reach out to them. They are the least expensive and most professional option you could possibly have. I can promise you that. 616-318-0167. Jacob Bennett was at the football game. I got him tickets for the West Michigan Ironman. He was there. Sorry I didn't drop over and see you. I was extremely busy. First game. Anyway, call Bennett, 616-318-0167. We got comedy, fullhousecomedy.com. If you want to go see a comedy show in West Michigan, this is what you do. Dr. Grins is no more. Full House Comedy is the only way you can see comedy, and they have venues all over West Michigan, various bowling alleys like Spectrum Lanes, Rockford Lanes, Howard City Lanes, the Corner Bar in Rockford, Listening Room, Billy's Lounge, Park Theater, Back Alley Comedy Club, part of Sherman Bowling Center, Creston Brewery, which is the Grand Rapids Comedy Club. All of that is under the umbrella of Full House Comedy. All right. This weekend, this is what I saw. You know how, like, when the utility company comes through and they put a bunch of flags down on the lawn so that, like before you dig? Well, this neighborhood, they're laying down a bunch of, fiber optics or something like that. I think they're installing, I don't know what the hell it is, but it's a huge retrofit job where they have these machines that put the cable in the ground and goes underneath your driveway and then connects to the box. And it's everybody's property is getting torn up, but it's a necessary improvement that we have to have. They started this last year. The job did not get done. Okay? So they're finishing it up now, and they're getting ready. And, okay, so you've got the gas company, you've got electrical lines, water lines, cable lines underneath everyone's front yard. Well, the experts come through and they flag the yard. So, everybody's yard has flags on it so that the crews can know what not to do or what not to bore because, fuck it up and, you have a problem. So I'm walking the dogs yesterday, and these two neighborhood little girls, they can't be more than 3 or 4. They found those flags to be so fun as they had handfuls of them walking around like and waving them. Each kid had like 10 flags, and so one hand 10 flags, the other hand 10 flags. The next kid, same thing. So I don't know where they got them from, but there's going to be some pissed off people. If the people have to come back and reflag, they're going to be like, "What the fuck? What happened?" You pretty much leave those alone. So not sure what happened there. The kids were having fun though. I can just imagine the way parents are these days, that if anybody were to say to those kids, "Hey, what are you doing?" That's all it would take, and there would be a huge neighborhood brawl. You can't say anything to kids these days. Even I know that. Stand by. If there's a kid that, okay, let's say a 10-year-old shoots all 4 of my dogs, and I walk up and I go, "What the fuck are you doing?" The dad and the mom of the 10-year-old would kick my ass for talking to their kid that way. Unbelievable. All right. A little bit more on the Jimmy Kimmel, Marjorie Taylor Greene spat. We talked about this last week. This all started when she was talking about the people that the Republican. No. It was the people in Congress who voted to make that Ketanji, what's her name, the new Supreme Court judge. And she referred to them as pro-pedophile. And because apparently everybody said she's like lenient in sentencing of people who are pedophiles. I don't know. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. And this is the one that his campaign promised when he said, "I will make the Supreme Court. I will make sure that there is a black woman on the Supreme Court." So he fulfilled that promise. So, usual suspects have a problem with her. Kimmel refers to her as Klan Mom Marjorie Taylor Greene. And so that was awesome. And then he says, "Wow, where is Will Smith when you really need him?" We talked about that. She called the cops on him. And so that was funny because he then said, "Attention, police, I'd like to report a joke." So this is going back and forth between them. Enter, do you say Gates? Matt Gates or Getz? I think you say Gates. Matt Gates, who's a creep. He's another member of Congress, Republican colleague Matt Gates, who is in his own bit of hot water as we speak. Well, he is defending Marjorie Taylor Greene against Kimmel. In his defense of Marjorie Taylor Greene, she thanked him. "Thank you for defending me," which is fine. But she said, "Women are the weaker sex," as she thanked Matt Gaetz for defending her amidst the spat with Jimmy Kimmel. Thank you for rushing in, white knight Matt Gaetz, because we're weak. We need you. What the fuck is that? What woman in 2022 says we need a man's help because we're weak, you asshole? What the fuck? Oh, my God. Gates posted a scenario of Kimmel engaging in terrible, unprovoked violence against the Congresswoman before writing, "Note to @Jimmy Kimmel. Not only would Marjorie Taylor Greene's husband make quick work of you, but @Rep MTG, herself would make quick work of you." So it starts with, "Note to @Jimmy Kimmel. Kimmel responds with, note to @Matt Gaetz. Stay indoors. It's Girl Scout cookie season. In what appeared to be a reference to the federal investigation into allegations of Gaetz sex trafficking a 17-year-old girl. Oh, no. Yeah, these politicians are really outgunned. I mean, he has a team of, he's very funny himself, and a team of writers. And you should shut the fuck up. Do you realize what type of danger you're in right now with this investigation about you? Oh, no. This is spectacular. So as that all unfolds, the idea of Green, though, saying we're the weaker sex, we need help. During an appearance on Thursday's installment of Gates' podcast, Firebrand, Green thanked the Florida representative for having her back in the war of words. Matt, I'm really grateful for you as in your character, and as a man that would stand up and defend me as a woman. Because we need to recognize that women are the weaker sex and men are stronger than us. Holy shit, what the fuck? I've often heard that in this day and age, you can look like an asshole if you rush in to defend, that you have to be careful about that. You know, that many women these days, you got to kind of sense that they can defend themselves. And if you rush in and try to do that sometimes, some people get pissed about that. I mean, I can see that with a lot of these Zaniac women. You don't need to defend Zaniac women. They're going to kick the fuck out of you. Holy shit. All you should do is pray for the other guy. If a Zaniac woman gets insulted or attacked in any way, shape, or form, you're better off wishing, hey, I'm sending prayers to the asshole that said this to so-and-so. That's not good. You don't need to defend them. She says, and in my family, if my husband had been there and heard Jimmy Kimmel or any other man call for me to be smacked down by another woman, she went on, my husband, he would not have tolerated that, and he probably would have taken action against him, and rightfully so, because men should defend women. Oh, God. Kimmel continued to mock Green on his ABC show on Thursday when he said during his monologue, once again, I find myself in the middle of a brouhaha as I appear to have run afoul of probably the worst woman in American politics. All right. Ooh, this is kind of funny. I think I might even check some of this out. There you go. Jimmy versus Clan Mom. A lot of this will probably be what I already mentioned, but it's still fun to hear. You can't hear it. There it is.
Middle of a brouhaha as I appear to have run afoul of probably the worst woman in American politics, Marjorie Taylor Greene, the congressperson from the 14th District of Georgia, is unhappy. She's specifically unhappy with me. She's had a tough couple of days. On our show Tuesday night, MTG, Clan Mom as we call her, earlier in the day.
I love that so much.
Called three of her fellow Republicans pro-pedophile for supporting Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson's nomination to the Supreme Court, which is lovely, a lovely thing to say. So I made a joke. I said, where is Will Smith when you need him? And the audience laughed. And then so she saw it. And she decided she was going to try to get some political mileage out of this. This is what she does instead of working. She tweets. After she saw it, she tweeted, ABC contacts my employer. This threat of violence against me by Jimmy Kimmel has been filed with the Capitol Police. She called the police and reported this. Not only did she call the police, she called the same police she voted against giving a Congressional Gold Medal to for defending our Capitol against the insurrection. She helped incite on January 6th. That's who she called, the people she wanted to defund. It's amazing how quickly you can go from these liberals who can't see anything anymore to, what'd you say? I'm calling the cops. Must be that cancel culture they're always talking about. So after processing the fact that someone called the police on me, believe it or not, this has never happened to me in my life. I tweeted back, I wrote, "Officer, I'd like to report a joke." A lot of people liked it. They hit like, which triggered her, I guess, the sweet little snowflake, because she tweeted again this afternoon. She wrote, "You weren't joking. You hide your misogyny and your racism behind your jokes on ABC. This was a dog whistle to the violent left to assault me or worse, and you're," misspelled "you're," of course, "already inspiring fantasies of violence against me. How many new death threats will I get that are your fans?" Well, that's nice. She thinks I have fans. I guess that's good. But now listen. Not only don't I condone death or any kind of threats against anyone, especially as I get dozens of them a week myself from the sickos who align with you, I also find it very rich that a person who did this in her campaign ad is suddenly whining about fantasies of violence. How does
shows her with a big fucking gun? Holy shit!
this even compute? This woman. You may remember, she's the one who endorsed fringe conspiracy theories and repeatedly indicated support for executing prominent Democratic politicians. Now she's dialing 911 because she got made fun of. She's a snowflake and a sociopath at the same time. A snowciopath, as we call it from now on.
All right. There you go. I love Kimmel. So many people don't like Kimmel, but I fucking love Kimmel. Holy shit. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Johnson Carpet 1, Floor and Home. Discount outlet. Kent, drop the E, add a U. Go in there, say my name, and you can save 10% on whatever flooring you want to buy. Thank you so much to them for being on board with the show. And you're going to pay so much less than you will anywhere else, even much lower than down the street at the main showroom. The main showroom is where it all goes down, okay? And when you go into the main showroom, you've got, you're going to work with the beautiful people that are there. They're going to help you design everything. When it's at the discount outlet, though, you have all that planned out, okay? You just walk in and say, "Hey, I need this many square feet. What do you got?" Well, we've got this very popular brand, this very popular brand. It's the best brands, the best prices. They buy a ton of it so that you can get it for the lowest price possible. Even if you didn't have my discount, it would already be incredibly low, okay? March in there, say to Kent, drop the E, add a U, that you're an Eric Zane Show podcast listener. You will get 10% off. If you don't, you will not get 10% off. Thank you so much. All right. Check them out. Not to mention A&E Heating and Cooling. If you need anything furnace, air conditioning set up, I want you to schedule a tune-up for your air conditioner before you fire that thing up. I suggest you get on that, 616-516-8579. Do that today. Reach out and say, "Hey, Eric was talking about it. I need to schedule my my tune-up." Now, if you've done this before, they're going to schedule that for you. They're going to reach out to you, or you should have had this done in the past. And then, but this is happening right now. Don't just turn that thing on when the weather gets warm. 616-516-8579. Oh, my God, this show is getting long. Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550. Yes, love them. The managed IT service provider for the show. If you need anything tech-wise for your business, let's say you're getting set to upgrade. All the computers are old. The employees are not happy because the tech is shit. You don't just go and buy new computers at the workplace, all right? You need to have a complimentary consultation done to determine what exactly you need. That's where Blue Frost IT can help you every step of the way. They'll sit down with you for a handful of minutes, find out what you need. Okay, these are the recommendations, how to make your business home. You get this, this, and this. You as the business owner, buy it. They set it up for you. Then they're going to segue from a project work, which is what that was, to managed IT work. They are your IT department, and you don't pay them a paycheck. You pay them a fee each month. All right? No insurance, no parking pass, but you've got your own tech department. I utilize this. You should too, because that's the last thing I want to deal with when it comes to, I don't have exactly the biggest setup, but if it goes south on me, I'm screwed. Okay? Then where do I begin? What do I do? The way it is right now, I am a customer. They can log in. They've got all that secured, ready to go. They've done it already, and they can fix either online what my problem is or come to the house and do it. 616-200-8550. All right. Mario Flores, Lakeshore Team of Van Dyke Mortgage, 231-332-6505. Call them when you need a mortgage. Anywhere in the U.S. with the exception of South Carolina, Maine, Alaska, and Hawaii. Call Mario for a mortgage. NMLS number 3035. Thank you, Mario, for being on board with this show. Talked about Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid NEV earlier in the show. I recommended Justin take his car there. Will he listen to me? Of course not. Because if you tell a young person anything, they don't listen. But that's where you should take your car. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid NEV. They fix the vehicles in the Eric Zane Show podcast household. They'll do a great job fixing yours. Domestic, Asian, European. Tons of Google reviews at irvines.com for you to check out from people, satisfied customers. That's Vines, ERVINES, irvines.com. Reach out to them and get your vehicle in tip-top running shape. All right? I see the Boomer Bunker has just gone live. I will send you over to those guys as soon as this show is done. See what they're doing now? They're figuring it out. They're like, let's go live right when Eric gets done. That's smart, because I'm going to send these folks over to you guys. Boomer Bunker podcast starts in like now, like right now. All we got to do is figure out our asshole of the day today, which is brought to you, as you know, by JM Synthetics and TC Paintball. And the last time we met, it was that race-baiting fuck, Robert S., who is led a rally for this dude, the deceased Patrick Loyola is his name. And, man, that's going to... Benjamin Crump is in town, too, representing the family. This is going to be messy. I'm telling you right now. Your asshole of the day. Who's it going to be? Let's see. Who could it be? I'm gonna give it to Gil Brandt, that sick bastard, who I didn't even know who that idiot was prior to this. What a way to get known for the Haskins comments. With an honorable mention for Scheffler. Fucking idiot. Can't even just die. All right, there's your asshole of the day. Thank you so much for checking out this show. My time is done. There's no more podcasting to do. For Mother Mary here on Holy Week, mini broken Mary, my own Mary on this show. I want to thank you for checking this out. My gosh, you guys are just the most awesome bunch. I am so appreciative of you. That is going to do it for this edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. I'll talk to you on Patreon, and it's going to be a quick turnaround. We're going to turn this around fast today. Patreon is happening early, and I want to see you there. I want to see someone new. Of all of you, if you're not on Patreon, dive in right this second, and I want to see you there between the time I start the podcast and right now. I want one of you to sign up for Patreon for 1 month. $5 or $10 a month. Do it now. Don't think. Just do it. Okay? I won't let you down. You're going to love this. Okay. Have a great one, folks. Enjoy the day, and I'll talk to you later on. Bye-bye.